I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Thursday, February 2nd. Fats and heavy feeder cattle continue lower. Some of those cattle that the guys are getting together already for a turnout on spring grass, like a 500 flat 500 pound steer, stubbornly holding in there steady, maybe just a buck or two off. But that's the way it's been going, and it continues into the middle part of this week. Your board, feeder board was continued lower, about 70 cents lower on the nearbys on your CME contracts, but fat cattle were mixed. Nearbys were just a little bit lower, but you got out a few months on the contracts and they were about a quarter higher, but nothing too big to talk about on your CME futures. But fat cattle sold on Wednesday there at $1.19, which is mostly $3 lower. Had some dress sales at $1.90 come in. That's $4 to $5 lower. So, you know, I'm not sure how we can justify your fat cattle market being lower. It absolutely has nothing to do with that bearish cattle on feed, because that has nothing to do with a market ready fat steer or heifer there. But when the whole industry is just working lower, and we knew we've been a little bit top heavy on our fat cattle, we were bound to lend some of that bearishness into the fat cattle trade. But look at some of your sales on Wednesday. Your real-time index through Wednesday's sales lost another $1.55 on Beef Market Central there. It's down to $1.2690. If you watched me yesterday here, I told you that CME index, once it got through Monday sales there, was going to be lower than $1.30. Now through Tuesday's sales, it's down to $1.2972. But we just keep losing ground on these bigger feeder cattle. You look at the sales, El Reno, Oklahoma at OKC West, their feeders are $3 to $6 lower. Had some spots as much as $10 lower. But if you look at those weights under 550 pounds on your Beef Market Central market report there, that's automated report put together, only steady to $2 lower on those. Look at another big sale on Wednesday there. You look at Winter Livestock in Dodge City, Kansas. Their feeders were $5 to $10 lower. Again, best demand on a 500 pound steer. But you look at those weights, had about over 700 head of 7-weight steers there, average 128.50. Had nearly 900 8-weight steers there, average 122.66. But you look at some individual quotes. How about Torrington, Wyoming? They always sell those light calves really good there. They had 139 little pee-wee steers, weighed 372, bring 219. You know, it hasn't been just a few years ago that all the cattle were bringing over $2, but I haven't seen a quote over $2 in quite some time. I thought that was interesting. That was Wednesday evening, just after 7 o'clock. But Torrington had a lot of good prices on some lighter cattle. Just about a straight flat 500 pound steer was routinely bringing 165 there. I thought, why not figure that out? A 500 pound steer at 165 costs you $825 a head. If you look down the road into this summer, that same steer weighing 800 pounds is quoted to bring about $1.21. You figure that up, that's $968 per head, and that's $143 different. Figure that back, that's a 47-cent gain for that 300 pounds. Now, I grant you, you can get that on some grass. You can get some gains in the 40s, but we don't have grass yet. We've got to get them to grass. We've got to get them to the middle of April at least somehow, and that's going to cost some money, and you've got a lot of expenses. You're going to have to haul them into some kind of a background and lot. You're going to have to give them all their shots and work them. Then you've got more freight to get them out to the grass, and it just doesn't look like a real good proposition. Another individual quote on 700 pound steers. St. Joe Stockyards on Wednesday, just 11:45 there, had a load of 702 pound steers, bring 135.50. That's your feeder flash for Thursday.